What if one day you woke up and realized you've been alive, but not really living, that your days have slipped through your fingers like water, and you didn't even notice? Are you really living or just existing? Every day you wake up is a chance to build, to grow, to change. But most people, they sleepwalk through life scrolling, complaining, waiting for something to happen. Let me ask you this. How many more days are you willing to throw away? How many more excuses are you going to make? Because time isn't waiting for you. If you don't take control now, you'll wake up one day wondering where your life went. This video is your wake-up call. It's time to stop wasting your life. What are you doing with the time you'll never get back? How much of your life have you given away to fear, procrastination, or pleasing others? In this video, we're not just going to talk about motivation. We're going to rip off the blindfold. We'll confront the truths that most people run from so you can stop wasting your life and finally start owning it. This isn't about perfection. This is about awareness. Because the moment you realize your life is slipping is the exact moment you can begin to reclaim it. Welcome to Brain Vital Channel. If you're new here, we're so glad you found us. This is your go-to spot for easy, powerful tips to grow stronger, smarter, and succeed in life. Tired of being pushed around? Want to feel unstoppable and in control? Ready to discover the game-changing secrets that can take you to the next level? Smash that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell so you're always in the loop when we drop new videos. This isn't just fun, it's about unlocking your true power. You have a choice. Stay where you are or step up and become the best version of yourself. Now let's begin. Let's talk about something we all have but don't always respect. Time. Time is your most valuable currency. Not everyone has money. Not everyone has fame, status, or power. But every single one of us is given the same number of hours in a day. 24 hours. That's it. And yet, how we spend those hours defines the quality of our lives. You can always make more money, but never more time. Let that settle in for a moment. Money lost can be earned back. Opportunities missed can sometimes return. But a wasted hour, it's gone forever. And slowly, almost silently, those wasted hours become wasted days, wasted weeks, wasted years. How much of your time is going into things that don't grow you, into people who don't value you, into habits that drain you? We scroll, we binge, we delay, and we call it just relaxing. But the truth? Often it's avoidance. Avoidance of the work, the calling, the change we know deep down we need to face. Each moment you spend on distractions or excuses is a moment you'll never get back. And that's not meant to scare you. It's meant to wake you up, to remind you how precious your time really is. If time was money, would you still spend the way you do? If every hour had a price tag, let's say $100, $1,000, maybe even $10,000, would you still give it away so freely? Would you still trade it for scrolling endlessly, for conversations that don't uplift you, for goals that aren't even yours? Chances are you'd be more careful, more intentional, more awake. Start seeing time like a currency you can invest. Spend it on learning something new. Spend it on your dreams, even if they scare you. Spend it with people who inspire you to become more. Because the truth is, your future is being shaped right now by how you use your time. Time is not just minutes on a clock. It's life in motion. You are not promised tomorrow. Use today wisely. Ask yourself daily, is this how I want to spend the only life I have? Your life doesn't change all at once. It changes moment by moment, decision by decision. So take back your time, not in a harsh, pressured way, but in a conscious, loving, determined way. Because when you start valuing your time, you start valuing yourself. Let's be honest for a moment. Comfort feels good, doesn't it? It's warm, it's safe, it's familiar. And after everything you've been through, sometimes you feel like you deserve it. A little rest, a little scrolling, a little putting things off till tomorrow. But here's the quiet truth nobody wants to say out loud. Comfort is not your friend. Not when it overstays its welcome. Not when it becomes a way of life. You see, comfort is tricky. It doesn't attack you. It doesn't scream or push or pull. It whispers. It says, relax, You can do it later. You've got time. And without realizing it, you trade purpose for pleasure. You trade calling for convenience. It's like a soft blanket that wraps around you so tightly, you don't notice it's actually holding you back from standing up. Every dream you've ever had, every goal, every breakthrough, every transformation lives on the other side of discomfort. Growth doesn't happen when you're cozy. It happens when you're stretched, when you're challenged, when you're uncertain. That's where you find your true strength. And I know stepping out is scary, trying something new, facing failure, risking rejection. But the question is staying stuck really less painful than growing? Because deep down, you already know the answer. What dream have you postponed because it's uncomfortable to pursue? What gift inside you have you hidden because it's easier not to try? What future have you delayed just to avoid being temporarily uneasy? What dreams are you killing by choosing what's easy? This isn't about guilt, it's about awareness. It's about waking up and realizing that comfort, while tempting, is not where your greatness lives. It's okay to rest, but don't mistake rest for retreat. Don't let comfort become a coffin for your calling. So today, do one thing that makes you slightly uncomfortable. One step, one move, one stretch. You don't have to climb the whole mountain today. Just stop building your house at the base. Purpose is waiting, but it won't wait forever. You were not born to be average. We live in a world where average is often celebrated. There's a standard for how things are supposed to go: get a job, pay your bills, follow the routine, blend in. But here's the truth. You were never meant to be average. In fact, average doesn't even exist in the grand scheme of who you are. Being average is a byproduct of conforming to the world's definition of success. Society tells you to check boxes, follow patterns, and fit into a mold. But what if the mold is wrong? What if the life you're supposed to live isn't one of survival, but one of growth, meaning, and purpose? How many people do you know who have settled for what society says is good enough? How many of us have given in to the pressures of routine, ignoring the dreams and desires burning within us? The reality is that most of us have been conditioned to think that just surviving, getting through the day, paying the bills, staying out of trouble, is enough. But when did just surviving become the goal? Let's dive a little deeper into what society teaches us. Survival is about doing the bare minimum. It's about maintaining, getting by, and not pushing too hard to stand out. But thriving, truly thriving, is a completely different game. When you're thriving, you're actively pursuing your passions. You're chasing purpose, not comfort. You're growing, evolving, and stepping into your full potential. But here's the problem. Society doesn't reward you for thriving. It rewards you for fitting in, for staying in line, for doing what's expected. That's how the system works. It's built on conformity. But you were born to break free from that. You were born to discover what makes you unique. You were born to bring something into this world that only you can offer. You were born with gifts that can help others in ways no one else can. The world doesn't need more people simply getting by. The world needs people who are living people who step into their purpose, who challenge norms, and who make an impact. You have gifts, but the world will never see them if you don't use them. We often talk about potential. People say, "You've got so much potential," but potential means nothing if you don't act on it. Every person has gifts, talents, and a unique perspective that could change the world around them. But those gifts won't be seen or appreciated if you don't take the time to cultivate and share them. Ask yourself this. What are the things you're passionate about but afraid to pursue? What is the thing you know you could do better than anyone else, but keep telling yourself not now? Why does this happen? Fear. Fear of judgment, failure, rejection. Fear of stepping out of line. Fear that your gifts are too small or too insignificant. But here's the truth. Your gifts are powerful even if they seem small to you. Maybe you have a way with words that can inspire others. Maybe your empathy can heal and uplift those around you. Maybe you have a creativity that could build something the world hasn't even seen yet. You won't know the full potential of your gifts until you start using them. And the world won't benefit from them until you share them. Are you living your life or just following a script written by others? Let's reflect for a moment. Take a step back and look at your life. Are you making decisions based on what you truly want or based on what others expect from you? Are you following your heart or following the path that's been laid out for you by society, your family, or even your fear? Most people never even realize they're following a script. They just get caught up in the rhythm of life, doing what they've been taught to do, staying within the lines, living on autopilot. Graduate from school, get a job, get married, have kids, retire. It's a cycle that never truly challenges us to think, to grow, to evolve. But if you don't step off that path, if you don't write your own script, you might look back one day and realize that your entire life was spent following someone else's idea of what it should be. And here's the thing. You're not here to live someone else's life. You're here to live yours. To create a life that's meaningful to you, not just based on external expectations or societal norms. So, what does it look like to stop living by someone else's script? It starts with a decision, a commitment to yourself. A commitment to stop settling for average and start living with purpose. Own your gifts. Accept that you are unique and that your talents matter. Break the mold. Challenge the expectations placed on you. Don't be afraid to think differently. Pursue your passions. It's time to focus on what sets your soul on fire, not what keeps you comfortable. Stop waiting for permission. The world isn't going to hand you permission to be extraordinary. You have to give that permission to yourself. Remember, you were not born to be average. You were born to thrive. Take a deep breath and ask yourself one last time, am I living my life or just following a script written by others? Now, it's time to write your own story. Let's take a moment and be honest with ourselves. How many decisions in your life have been made not because they were true to you, but because you were worried what someone else might think? How many times have you held back not because you weren't ready, but because you were afraid of being misunderstood, laughed at, criticized, or even just noticed? Fear of judgment is a prison, and most people are serving life sentences in it without even realizing they're behind bars. We shape our words, our choices, our dreams around the invisible expectations of people who might not even truly care about us. We post for likes. We speak to fit in. We shrink our voice to avoid standing out. We bury our truth just to be accepted by people who haven't walked a single step in our shoes. And in doing so, we hand over our power. We silence our authenticity. We waste years of our lives living a version of ourselves that isn't even us. The truth is, not everyone's opinion deserves a seat at your table, because the same people you're afraid of disappointing, they're not the ones who will live with the consequences of your choices. You will. They don't have to carry the weight of your regrets. They don't have to sit with your unused potential. They don't have to lie awake wondering, what if I had just lived for me? You do. So ask yourself, whose opinion is running your life, yours or theirs? Who gets the final say? Who gets to define your worth, your direction, your dreams? And if it's not you, then it's time to take your voice back. This doesn't mean becoming reckless or rebellious. It means becoming real. It means recognizing that the only person who has to believe in your journey is you. You'll never silence every critic, but you can stop giving them the microphone, because you were not born to live inside someone else's approval. You were born to live in your truth, boldly, humbly, and fully. Today, start small. Say what you really feel. Do what you really want, even if your voice shakes, even if your hands tremble. Because freedom doesn't come when the world applauds you. It comes when you finally decide to stop needing their applause. There's a kind of pain that sneaks up on you over time. It's not loud. It doesn't come with alarms or warning signs, but it lingers, and one day you feel it deep in your soul, regret. Not because you failed, but because you didn't even try. Most people think regret is about doing the wrong thing, but the truth is, the deepest regret comes from the things you never did at all, the dreams you silenced, the chances you let pass by, the what-ifs that echo through your mind years later. We tell ourselves that, don't we? I'm not ready. I'll start tomorrow. When I'm more confident, when I have more time, when the timing is right. But let's be honest. How long have you been telling yourself that? How many moments have you already wasted waiting for the perfect one? When we overthink, we create problems that don't even exist yet. We imagine all the ways it could go wrong. We talk ourselves out of it before we ever give ourselves a chance. But life doesn't change because you think about changing. It changes because you do something. And here's the truth. Even a small step forward is stronger than standing still in fear. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to begin. That one phone call, that one journal entry, that 5 minutes of courage. Movement builds momentum. Clarity comes after action, not before. What would I do right now if fear didn't exist? Let that question sit with you. Let it lead you, because somewhere beneath all the hesitation and self-doubt, there's a version of you that is bold and brave and ready, not perfect, but willing. And that willingness is where everything changes. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to stop letting fear make all your decisions. Regret comes from inaction. So let action be your cure. Start now, not because you're fearless, but because your future self is depending on you. This life is not a rehearsal. It's the real thing, and it's happening right now. Let that sink in for a moment. This, right here, right now, is your one shot. There's no second draft, no dress rehearsal, no rewind button. It's easy to forget that while we're busy scrolling, overthinking, pleasing others, or putting off our dreams, time keeps moving. You don't get today back. You don't get this hour back. But you do get a choice about what you do with the time still in your hands. Stop waiting for the perfect time. The perfect time is a myth. It's a trick the mind plays to keep you stuck in place. If you're always waiting until you're more ready, more confident, more perfect, you'll end up waiting your whole life. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to move, even if your hands are shaking. So here's a simple challenge, one that could quietly shift the entire trajectory of your life. Write down one thing, just one that you'll do differently starting today. Maybe it's finally speaking your truth. Maybe it's turning your phone off and focusing on your craft. Maybe it's forgiving someone. Or maybe forgiving yourself. Whatever it is, make it real. Write it down, then act on it, even if it's a small step. Small steps, taken consistently, change lives. Take back your time. Take back your power. Your time is sacred. Your attention is your life. If you don't take control of it, someone or something else will. Take back your mornings. Take back your energy. Take back your right to live fully, not someday, but now. You're not powerless. You never were. You just forgot how much power you actually have. One day, you'll either say, I'm glad I did, or I wish I had. The choice is always yours. Let that be your anchor. The future version of you is watching, hoping you'll make the move now so they don't have to live with regret later. Because in the end, the only thing worse than failing is knowing you never gave yourself the chance. You are not here to waste your life. You are here to live it deeply, boldly, and on purpose. Every second you waste is a second you'll never get back. Life isn't waiting, and neither should you. So choose growth, choose action, choose purpose. If this video sparks something in you, don't let it fade. Subscribe, share this with someone who needs to hear it. And most importantly, start living like your time matters. Because it does.